Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Hello kids, this is Mr. T, and we have Nabaat here as our professional voice actor. And we're going to tell you kids' stories. So, today I brought an Indian story. This is a really famous story in round 2. This is called The Elephant and the Blind Man. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Give me my Nabaat. As you already know, Nabaat, all-time remedy for everything. Thank you. You can bring yourself in Nabaat, and we're going to stop after that. So, let's go. The Elephant and the Blind Man. In a peaceful village on the edge of a great desert. Desert.
Yeah, great dessert.
It was a great dessert.
He was
I'm a
having
little
red
bit hungry
velvet today, so he really liked it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit hungry. Sorry. So, let's go again. So, in a peaceful village on the edge of a great desert, there lived 5 blind men, each wise in his own way. They were friends, sharing the stories, meals, and endless debates about the world beyond their senses. They knew the shapes of trees by touching the bark, felt the warmth of the sun and the softness of rain. But still, there were things they didn't understand. One of them was the elephant. They had heard tales of this strange and mighty creature. People said it was like a mountain with legs, with ears like giant fans, and a tail like a whip. Blind man.
It must be like a massive walking house. No. I think it must be shaped like a snake, long and twisting. You're both wrong. It has pillars for legs. I heard that from my cousin's cousin. We argue too much. If we want to know the truth, we should find an elephant ourselves. And touch it. Feel it with our own hands.
They agree.
Yeah, they didn't argue and they agreed. They're good friends, they don't argue, kids. Kids, they're good friends, they don't argue.
Okay, they agreed. I didn't see that coming. They agreed. And so...
What? We're here to give them morals, aren't we?
No, we're now the kind of person to give morals. So they agreed.
This is the story.
That's
what we do in the story.
Okay, they agreed. And so, the next morning, with the sun rising over the dusty hills, the 5 men set off to find an elephant and settle the debate once and for all. Not far from the village was a great city. And in that city, a kind old zookeeper kept an elephant in a shaded pen beside the river. When the 5 blind men arrived, guided by a helpful boy, they asked if they could meet the animal.
Please, sir. We have heard so much but never touched an elephant. Maybe feel it and understand.
The old zookeeper smiled. Of course, but remember, each of you may touch one part only. The elephant is calm and gentle. Just be kind in return. The 5 friends nodded eagerly, and one by one, They stepped forward. The first blind man reached out and felt the elephant's side.
Uh-huh. Now I understand. The elephant is like a wall, broad, strong, and unmoving.
The second blind man grabbed the elephant's trunk, which swayed and curled in his hands.
What are you saying? This creature is like a snake. It moves and twists.
The third blind man wrapped his arms around one of the elephant's legs. Yeah, thank God you can save my life.
Fools! This animal is a giant fan, flapping slowly in the breeze.
That was a fourth blind man.
Whatever.
Okay, the fourth blind man. That was the fourth blind man. I'll just raise the story. Just bring on the third blind man and read the dialogues of the third blind man. The third blind man wrapped the elephant. Wrapped his arms around one of the elephant's legs, as I told you, and
You're both wrong. Clearly, the elephant is in a tree. Thick and tall.
the fourth blind man felt the ear, large and flat.
Why did so many idiots? Fools! This animal is a giant fan, flapping slowly in the breeze.
Sorry. The fifth.
I'm doing the hard job here.
Yeah, but I haven't drunk tea for a while. The fifth blind man touched the tail, brushing back and forth.
None of you are even close. The elephant is a rope. It's thin, it swings just like a rope.
They stood in silence for a moment. Then, as always, they began to argue.
Don't do that, kids, but... Ball. Snake. 3. 1. Rope.
Their voices rose, hands flailing, faces frowning. They shouted over one another until the elephant stepped away, startled by the noise. As they stood bickering, an old man who had been listening nearby, the zookeeper, walked up, chuckling softly. He had watched the whole scene, leaning on his cane, listening with interest. My friends, you are all right, and you are all wrong. The man fell silent. Each of you touched one part of the elephant, and each of you described what you felt. You didn't lie, but none of you touched the whole animal. You only understood a piece of the truth. The men frowned one by one, lowered their heads.
So, none of us know what the elephant truly is?
The youngest asked. Ah, you know a part, and sometimes part of the truth can be dangerous when spoken as the whole truth. The 5 blind men thanked the old man and the zookeeper, then turned toward home. This time they walked quietly, thinking deeply. They no longer argued about the elephant. Instead, they spoke about listening, about perspective, and about how truth is sometimes bigger than what we can hold in our hands.
Next time we disagree, let's each share what we know and also what we might not. Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed.
Agreed.
And together they returned to the village, not knowing everything, but knowing a little more than they had before. Kids, truth is like an elephant. It's big, complex, and no one can hold it all at once. We see only parts, and we must listen to others to understand the whole. So do not judge anything with the parts you know. Maybe there are a lot of parts you don't know about it.
I felt like I've been holding in like a judge room, in the court.
Okay,
I
who's
felt-
judging it?
I don't know. The story felt like it was a court.
Yeah, it was a code. Yeah, it always goes. I felt like it was Gulistan Sadi or something. Oh, there was like a lot of advices in this story. It was like, kids, I'm not the kind of person who advises, but the thing is, we have to be clear about that. The stories comes with a lesson, huh?
Yeah,
why do we listen to
But
stories?
please
I'm
don't
not
make
talking.
stories a court. Like
No, the thing is, I'm not just talking about fables and stuff. Even if you watch movies or I don't know, read books and stuff, any kind of story, the world is full of stories, complicated stories, many complicated stories that you don't know who the writer is because the stories is that complex that you cannot consider someone writing this kind of story with these details and stuff. So the thing is, we just mirror some stories out of the word and listen to them because this is what makes us live. That makes me live, at least. So to the next video.
I don't know why he had to talk about details because he clearly reminded me of Balzac and I lost track of his words.
No, I had Balzac, but no details in the eyes of Balzac is not the details I'm talking about. I'm talking about details of the story that actually moves the story forward. When you read Balzac, it's like there's no story. It's like an image kept in word. Anyway, to the next video.